Bang! Needs Knives. I'm Jared. My lovely wife, Kara, I think is coming in here. I was actually in a meeting, guys, and I didn't know you guys were going to be able to see that we were up. That I was doing that. I should have did it as a private, but I guess I did it as a public. I was having a meeting with somebody who's a photographer and understands lighting. A brilliant guy, brilliant as all hell, and he was trying to help me. He was trying to help me with the lighting in here and being able to film and because the differences also between the live and my regular films and with what I got to, because, you know, obviously I don't have the money to set up, you know, something spectacular like a photography
Yeah, you
studio.
know why he doesn't have the money?
But
Because I got my PS5 features.
they helped with that.
I know.
But we but at least he could help me with what I do have to work with. So he definitely helped me out a lot. And hopefully on Wednesday, I'll be able to get rid of with something else I have, the shadow when I try to hold things up. But since you guys are here, I don't see anybody even talking. Where is everybody? What is going on? Is anybody in here still? Okay, I see one. We got Michael Morgan in here, because if we got a few people in here, hell, I'll do an unboxing.
You can still see the.
Yeah, I've seen these people for the past half hour. I've been on the thing. I seen them commenting as I was on the thing.
I got my PS5 for $450, and that's not the digital version. That's the disk drive version.
Bang. And we have you guys to thank for that because of them donations. That one day you guys definitely helped out a lot.
The $450 was thanks to my discount.
Well, I'm saying that remember they donated like $200.
They donated more than that. Well, I mean,
I know, but
once YouTube.
Yeah, once so YouTube like takes their cut out of it.
You spent that at White Mountain Knives. What was that?
What are we talking about?
You never answered me. Why was there $200?
It wasn't $200.
$197 is $200.
It was almost.
What is it?
Don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it. If there's only two people in here, I'll just film it because it'll be a lot better quality if I just film it off of the live and we can just shoot the shit. Also, guys, I was trying to let people know because I got a bunch of comments on the Medford Slim Midi of people saying, "Hey, man, mine, you know, isn't that fidgety, mine isn't that drop shutty, what's going on, blah blah blah." Well, the reason why mine is so badass is because it's on bearings, and all the other versions, or all the older versions, because they just, I guess, recently started doing this on bearings, was on phosphor bronze. So since it was on phosphor bronze before, it was a lot tighter, you know, like it wasn't as smooth as this one. But now all the new Slim Midis are on bearings. Only the older versions are going to be on phosphor bronze. I'm not sure how many models they're doing that with. I'm not sure if they're doing it with the Slim Praetorian or whatever, but I'll tell you what, man, I am so happy that this is a brand new one on bearings because this thing is so incredible. Like, I can't even tell you how ridiculously smooth this is. It's so smooth. Especially for a Medford.
Smoother than your pickup line.
Man, I don't think anybody's in here, baby.
There's 8 people in here.
8 people?
Well, 6 now.
6 people? Because I'm boring. Yeah. All right. Well, all 6 people in here. Oh, shit. The camera started going crazy. Let's do this.
I was going to tell you to ask him how to get it to focus.
Well, he told me. Bang. Got it.
What'd you do? How'd you do
Got it. That worked.
How'd you do it?
He said to, like, get it to, he said basically, like, get it to focus on something and, like, you know, get it
back.
Yeah.
Remember, we tried doing that.
Yeah, I think we were going too fast. We weren't letting it catch up fast enough. Mm-hmm. You have to allow it to catch up with you. He explained like the timing. It's trying to do it, but you got to give it the time to catch up.
Tried so hard.
So what else should I say? Because I wasn't planning on doing a live. I almost went live with him. I almost wish I would have, man. A brilliant guy, man. A lot of information coming out of him, and it would have been awesome to do a live.
Didn't he say he didn't care?
No, he said he didn't care, but I didn't think anybody was gonna, I didn't know everybody was gonna show up. And then like a few minutes into it, people started showing up. And then I was like, holy shit, I didn't realize that people were gonna be able to come in. I didn't think nobody was gonna be able to see it because all I was trying to do was send a link to him. But it does look kind of good in here. I'll say that much. It's looking really good. So
You want to bump me one more time? Oh, thank you. There you go.
what? You want me to bump you again?
Yeah, you keep bumping me. I'm over here working on a masterpiece.
Well, guys, I guess we'll just end it here because, like I said, I wasn't planning on doing a live, and I'm going to do some of the things. False hope with what? An unboxing? I'll still do the unboxing, just not live. Man. All right. You know what? Since there's a few people in here, I'll just do the unboxing, and I will film it later. I got you guys another 2 likes. Awesome. Appreciate that. So you know what? Screw it. We'll just do an unboxing. I have not opened these yet, so just so you guys know,
is this a sharpening job or like something else? Let's
just say it's 2 Tucsons. Let's say that 2 Tucsons, and we're gonna open them up right now. First time we got to check them out. This is the Tucson TS311. So this is a brand new one. And you know what's cool? They got the stickers on them, or like the label on them. All right. So this is a brand new model. Ooh, looking all. Give me something to wipe with. Don't worry, guys. I'll try to get it actually.
Your camera
close up. Okay, so it's thumb studs. We got thumb studs. You know what? Maybe I should move this and push the camera down facing the thing. So here it is. Pretty cool. Oh man, that's smooth. It's greasy. It's greasy right now.
That's every Tucson.
Reverse action. Very, very smooth. These ergos are real nice. Real nice so far. Spinning it around in different directions. Decent choil. The grind is pretty good. Tucson. This one's 14C28M.
Ed Durbin says he's got 10 Tucsons sitting next to him right now.
10 Tucsons. Holy moly.
Now you're gaining more people in your life.
Yeah. We got a live unboxing. Maybe I should have said live. What did I name this thing?
Camera.
Well, because I was, like I said, I was talking to a camera guy. So, all right, this thing's really greasy. So it says on the, this is one thing I don't like about it already. The pivot has China written on it. It says Tucson knives made in
China.
Van something China. But whatever. It's still badass. Looks like the clip looks like it'll be pretty cool. It's got a good thickness to it too. The carbon fiber really makes it like swell out because it's titanium. It's just a carbon fiber strip down the middle of the titanium. So
yeah,
I thought about setting up another camera right like here, and so I could like put it under the camera, you know, like where the camera's facing down, and I could put, you know, like kind of like how Knife Junkie does it, Bob DeMarco. All right, so let's check out this other one now. That's pretty damn sweet. Sweet. All right. Okay. Now this one is very greasy too. They always are. They always are, guys.
Ooh, you got 14 people.
14 people.
You've doubled.
All right, I see one deal that I don't know if I like right now, but whatever. All right, so we got, which number is this? The TS290, also in 14C28N. This one's a little tighter in the pivot. That doesn't mean much.
Tucson should make a battle song, so should We Knives. Yeah, I think that would be cool if Tucson made a battle song. Do they not have one?
Yeah, We doesn't have one either. No, they don't. Not that I know.
I am surprised that We doesn't, to be honest.
Okay, so here is this one, the TS290. Sorry, let me get it in the lighting. We're What I can do really quick is it's going to blind me, but I will try to do it. Like this. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now we're talking. This way.
We could put that one on a tripod and like. have
Yeah,
it
that's what
to
I'm
where,
gonna
like-
do. I'm gonna. He told me what to do now, so that's
I
what
know. I
I'm.
listened.
Very, very awesome. That thing made my face look good though. That light,
Showed every little
nook and cranny. All right,
nook and
so
cranny.
can I reverse flick it? At the moment, no. The fuller is more likely like this because you can't really get to it. At least I can't. Ergos are definitely neutral, but the back or the lanyard hole back here is a little pokey, but I don't think in cutting it will be. Maybe just in deployment, because in deployment, you know, you put it in your palm and go like that. Detent. Nice and centered. It's got a nice thickness to it. The carbon fiber is beautiful on this one too. Wow, this one really plays with the light. Great cut of carbon fiber for sure. I don't think I'll be able to get it to come up on a live.
Hey, so
but-
now you don't have to record a video then, right?
I didn't anyways. I already had all my videos done today. The carbon
What
fiber on
feature
this
are you
one
talking about?
is
Yeah, he's testing the camera, but like he wasn't planning on going live, but he is.
no. I was doing a meeting with somebody with a professional camera guy that was really brilliant, and
He's also a knife guy though.
he's also a knife guy, and he watches our videos, and he's been trying to help me for the past probably a couple weeks with like the studio and
But
lighting.
you're just so busy not buying knives that you couldn't be there.
What?
You don't.
So
buy knives.
anyways,
You don't buy knives, remember?
what are you talking about?
I'm saying you said you were trying to meet up with him.
No,
He's been trying to meet up with you for a week.
no, I didn't say that.
That's
No, I said
literally what you just said.
He's been trying to help me
for like a week.
for a couple weeks with the lighting and stuff, and then we decided to do like a Zoom call or something, and instead I used the StreamYard, but I didn't realize that everybody was going to be able to see it as if I was going live because I didn't put it private. I should have put it private. Then it's not like you guys would have seen it. I could have just ended it and you guys would have just thought we were going live, but I figured since so many people showed up thinking we were about to go live, it's like I can't just do that. So okay, so now here I might as well show you this one now, since we got the lighting right here. I might as well show this one now. So it's a little bright, but you can see. Cool backspacer. Lots of jimping down that backspacer. Kind of has like a beak-shaped blade going on. Thumb studs. Sorry, I'm so hard figuring out directions right now. But it is a stone-washed 14C28N. So I was just recently in a video I just posted today, complaining, saying I wish that they would do 14C28N with a stone wash instead of the satin, because for some reason their satin is just so fingerprinty. This one is a half stone washed, half satin. But this one is all stone washed. Very happy with that. And this is a brand new one. The 311, I think I said. Very smooth, man. They don't have a big cutout to the lock bar, but it's plenty of room the way they got it. It's like they don't have a cutout, but you can go right in front of it, which actually works really good. And the thumb studs are the stop pin. Big old stop pin too, if you think about it, because that's some big studs. Some big old studs. Very, very smooth.
I was trying to tell you when you were on that call that Chris D'Elia is back.
Yeah, I was gonna say to you that Brian Callen was on Fighter and the Kid too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Chris D'Elia came
Today.
on and basically said that everything that happened with him happened because he's a sex addict, but he never did anything non-consensual.
That's what
It actually was a good.
That's what he said.
Well, if you listen to the way he says it, it sounds a lot better than the way I just said it. It actually.
Give a
The
shit what
fuck
he
did you
is.
do to your head?
I don't know. I think I hit it on
You
something.
got a big old mark.
I know.
No, I don't think he did it.
I don't think he did anything either. I think
know,
he was
but
just
he did
fucking
say
being
that
a man.
He did say that he was he's cheated on everyone he's ever loved.
I don't give a shit.
I'm just saying.
See, this
He
is the
says
thing.
that it was controlling his life.
Okay, well, see, this is the thing, is that he supposedly got canceled because of a little girl, because of, like, there was
Yeah,
some,
he
like,
still says that's bullshit.
I believe it, because he showed proof. He showed receipts of, like, this little 16-year-old sending him messages, and then he asked her age after he was hitting on her. She said her age, and he bounced out, and he's got proof of that. But then, like, I don't know how long later, and I don't know the whole story, it came out, then she was trying to say that he was hitting on her and all this shit, but he had receipts. Anyways, point is I never thought he was a damn, like that or anything. And if he was, yeah, then that's a problem. But to me, without having fucking evidence, I don't give a shit. And I don't give a fuck about his private life, how many times he cheats. I don't give a shit. I care if you're funny when I watch you. That's all I care about. I don't care. Like, I think this cancel culture, Me Too bullshit is out of line. I think it's ridiculous. I think if we don't fight for our freedom of speech,
I was just telling
no,
you.
I'm just saying, like, for our freedom of speech and freedom of all that stuff, like, it's going to be very sad in the future. Like, think about comedians and comedy. Like, if you can't make fun of things, I don't care if it's races or politics or this or that, then you don't have comedy. That's the beauty in comedy is, Pluto's moon, who we were talking about, right there, we were talking about Crystalia. And then Brian Callen was another one. It kind of happened to him, and I don't believe it for a second. And then he hasn't been on Fighter and the Kid for a few months, and he recently showed up on what's dude's name?
I am drawing a masterpiece.
Never mind.
Well, don't hit me.
Why are you here?
Because I love you.
Yeah.
Who are you thinking of though? Who are you trying to
I can't think of his name.
Say what you said before.
He's in politics. So Brian Callen was just on his podcast. He does daily podcasts, and
it's not that one psychologist guy, is it?
No.
I don't know.
Yeah, you do.
Jordan Peterson.
What?
He's in politics, you said?
Yeah. He has a podcast and does politics.
Oh, that fast talking Jewish guy?
Never mind.
Ben Shapiro?
No, never mind. Don't worry about it.
Politics and podcasts.
Don't worry about it. Damn it.
There's a lot of those.
Yeah, not really though.
Yes, there is.
Not none that we watch. Anyway, so he was on his podcast, and now he was just back on the Fighter and the Kid. So he was on that today, and I watched it, and it was actually hilarious as fuck. I always think that dude's hilarious. That dude's so funny, Brian Callen. He's hilarious.
What do you think?
Dom plays poorly.
Does that controller look cool?
I think it does look cool.
This is what I'm drawing. I know it looks stupid on the screen, but I'm doing a logo.
Very cool. This thing does have good geometry. I think the blade stock is a little thick, but it makes, man, this thing's solid though. Holy cow, it's solid. But pretty cool. Good access to the lock bar. I can tell it's getting smoother. It's definitely a straight knife. Clip is very small. There's this little brown part
Louder
on
with
the
Crowder?
blade. Yes, Crowder.
No,
yes.
I didn't get it right. It was Talica.
Yes, Crowder. Yes, that's who. That's where he was at. I think yesterday, the day before. He was on Crowder, and then he was on Fighter and the Kid.
Man, all
today.
you guys got that right. I would have not.
Which he is Fighter and the Kid. That's why it kind of pisses me off even saying like, oh, he was on Fighter and the Kid. He's Kid from Fighter and the Kid. He's, what the fuck am I talking about? But Brendan Schaub's got those other two guys on there now because Brian Callen almost got canceled. Wow, this thing spins. What is going on? Hold on a second. Is this loose?
What spins?
It's spinning. Can I? Oh, wow. I can take the stuff off. Oh, that's kind of cool. I'm gonna have to seal that back up. Okay, so the thumb stud is loose, so I can spin them on and off. I'm gonna put them back on right now. So they obviously come off. If I take them off, this thing will not lock up. So I gotta have them on, but I need to put some thread locker on there. Norm Macdonald is my favorite comedian today. He's hilarious and gives zero fucks with his comedy. That's what I need from my comedians. I need zero fucks. Like, I need a comedian that doesn't care about cancel culture, doesn't care about this. He's somebody that makes fun of it. I have a lot of respect for a lot of people that don't fall victim to it. Like, for an example, Ryan Upchurch. Ryan Upchurch. He's a country singer, rapper. I'm sure you guys know who he is. He's a musician. They were trying to like cancel him because he's got
He did not let it happen though.
Hell no. He actually, this is so funny. He did a video and it was like named "I'm Sorry," right? So he gets on there and he laughs and he goes, "I bet you guys are dumb enough to think I was gonna apologize for something."
That's funny.
You guys think I was gonna apologize for something because he has rebel flag tattoos and shit like that. But then he did a song 4 years ago with this dude that came out and apologized for the song that he did with Upchurch, had a rebel flag or a whatever flag in the background, and he came out, "I'm sorry, it makes people feel." Fuck you, man. That's some bitch ass shit. Why would you come out and apologize for doing a music video because there was a damn flag in the fuck you? I think that's pathetic. And that's why I think it's great that Upchurch came out and said, you're not getting a sorry from me. Right? Like, he was raised with Southern pride, and that's who he is. Like, he obviously is not a racist, and trying to make it out that it's a racist thing is ridiculous. Norm Macdonald was on SNL when the O.J. Simpson trial was going on. He got fired for making O.J. jokes every week. Now he does his own podcast. Ooh, I can reverse flick this thing. That's why I actually like a lot of podcasts. Man, I can reverse flick the hell out of this thing. Is because they're not owned. So that's the beauty of some of the podcasts.
To an extent, except for YouTube does try to dictate. YouTube does dictate a lot of content based off monetization rules. So you can't really say that.
You're right, Q1 Fiend. They definitely would. But they do, but they don't. So they give these like certain guidelines, right? And like there's people you can manipulate those guidelines. So it just depends. But for the most part, YouTube, and a lot of them do admit this, that they do get a lot more freedom from YouTube. Now, they do get canceled. They get this, they get that sometimes. And, YouTube screws everybody over and says you violated a guideline that doesn't exist. I know that should happen. So the same thing to them. But I'm saying, though, that podcasts still have the freedom to bring people on that they want to, and have people that's like, say, people that used to be in this or used to be in that, and they can come and tell the truth about what actually happened or what really happens behind the scenes or whatever. And that's why I kind of respect them a little bit more, because they'll actually not have a motive that's being paid for by a hierarchy of something, and it's not like where you have to follow the money to figure out who's telling them what to say. It's not like that. They're their own boss, and they get to invite who they want on, and they get to tell you their own actual opinions. And the people that come on can either be honest or not. I mean, that's obviously, however they're going to be. I'm not saying they don't have some that have dishonest people, but it's a good place to find. Like, it's kind of like even with all this stuff going on right now, like how many doctors started podcasts and started talking about stuff because they were being silenced everywhere else. And even, it's ridiculous. Cancel culture is bad in that there's zero ability to reconcile and redeem yourself. That's what I hate about. Yeah, that's why never apologize. I honestly believe that. Never apologize.
Especially if you didn't do it.
Well, you shouldn't apologize anyways. What are you apologizing for? Like, you're apologizing because you're whatever, the thing that you signed a deal on is telling you, if you don't apologize, we're not gonna keep you no more, or whatever. So then they apologize. So they're not apologizing from a genuine place. They're apologizing because their committee or whatever thinks it's the best thing for today's society or something. Like, fuck that. Never apologize, because then if you do apologize, then you're guilty. It's like, I'm apologizing for a reason, I think it's ridiculous. And like that white guilt shit, I think that's pathetic.
Okay.
And there's so many people apologize for that. These doctors get blackballed.
Cancel
Yes, for
Neves
sure.
Knives and start Neves pool noodles.
Never apologize.
That would be
for
great to have
someone
a channel
else.
fully
obviously.
based off of pool noodles.
Dion Page says, "Yep, fuck apologies. Don't say what you don't mean, and don't go back on what you do." Yes, absolutely.
Damn, son.
Absolutely. But you see that everywhere, right? You see that everywhere, and it's like, it's sad. It's sad. I don't even feel bad for him, because I know what's going to happen after that. The second you do that, your boots are getting smoked. And it's like they think they're going to do it to be safe. It's like, oh, if I do this, I'll be safe. I guarantee that one dude, that country singer that came out and apologized, would be way better off than he is now if he wouldn't have. Now he literally has the entire country culture, whatever you want to call it, that culture, Southern culture, all turning their backs on him. Everybody. Because they said, you're apologizing basically for Southern pride when you sat here and did music for 10 years about Southern pride. Like, go fuck yourself. Yep, saying sorry, just chums the waters. Yes. And you're admitting guilt. Like basically saying that you were or are that. Like, if you have nothing to apologize for, then don't.
True.
Hi, not on for long. Neither are we, Alex. We weren't even gonna be on. This is definitely a random.
Impromptu live.
I will make sure tomorrow I'll throw these in the beginning of my video so that it can be seen.
Live.
What?
I thought you were saying live.
Tomorrow's not live.
I know. That's why I was saying, wait, no.
No, I'll make sure I toss these in a video to do like real first impressions, because it's hard to do them on a live because you can't really see them. Well, if I had the lighting hooked up, yes, it's a very rare live. So capture a picture, because this is a rare one.
Don't capture a picture. I look like shit.
I
just got off
How many people are in here?
30.
30 people. Wow. Well, so since 30 people are in here, a bunch of people were commenting on the Slimity saying, why is it so smooth? How is yours so damn smooth? Why is your lock bar so easy? Well, this is the one on bearings. So the new ones, the new Slim Middies, are not on phosphor bronze. They are on bearings. The older ones are on phosphor bronze. So if you have an older model, that's why yours is really stiff. The new ones are so damn smooth. It's crazy. I don't even have the microphone hooked up right now.
So what? Wait,
I'm just saying.
Oh, is it going through that shit ass one, or is it going through the computer?
How's the audio right now?
It's probably coming through the computer.
It's going through the computer, yeah.
Or that.
Hopefully the audio is at least okay, because like I said, I was like basically doing like kind of like a Zoom call. Next time I'm gonna do it private so you guys don't see it. So you guys can't sneak up on me. Good. But yeah. So he was basically helping me out with the lighting that we have and the whole situation with the lives, because we can't ever show you guys anything, and then we got a shadow straight down our face, and then sometimes we have to have it really dark just so you can see us. And I think the things he was telling me to do are definitely going to help improve the lives and possibly some of the quality during my recording, because he told me a lot of information, and like I said, he's a really smart guy. Slim Midi sounds close to what is that word?
What word?
Is that chlamydia?
Yep,
Chlamydia.
Sure
just saying it sounds. Oh, the Slim Midi sounds like chlamydia.
Slimity.
Oh, the
chlamydia.
Oh, Slim Midi.
No, I forever.
Oh, you got that? You got that Slim Midi? What? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Sounds like an STD.
Ooh, Don't mess with that girl. She's got that slim midi.
Ew.
For real? Yeah. Bad
Yeah.
case of that slim midi.
nasty.
Kind of a reach. Holy shit, do I have you fooled? I don't know. I don't think it's a camera issue, but a lighting issue. Yes, well, that's what we talked about. It's not a camera issue, it's a lighting issue. And that's what we were talking about. That's what he was helping me with, was the lighting and basically getting the right source of light for what I'm working with, right? The lives are different than the recordings. The recordings, I have better camera quality. So, and the lighting's different because I'm face down. So being this way, it's a little different, and the quality of the camera's not as good. So we were talking about how to basically distribute the light really good in here so that everything is well lit up no matter what. And then for my recordings, how to, do basically the same thing, but for that type of setting. Can I catch Slim Midi over a video, one that's live?
Yes, you can. Absolutely.
The shit's contagious, man.
That's where you get it from.
Shit's contagious.
Specifically.
Ain't no light open that mug. We're going to do the best we can, Michael, the best we can. But then again, it might just get worse. Throw some light on that mug. That motherfucker is real ugly. So you want him in the dark. Trust me. You definitely want that mug in the dark.
Why do you keep saying mug?
He said mug.
What is that from, though?
You don't know, like back in the day, like in the third grade,
I know,
mug
but somebody
mug is like your face.
Mug
is like your face. But when we were kids, though, mug was just a person. Like what up, mug? Oh, shut up, mug. Like you just said mug, like to fit like bitch or like whatever. You know,
I know,
like
but there's somebody
when I was young.
Currently that you watch that says that a lot.
No, there's not. There's not. But
Maybe.
back in the early 90s, though, shit, I was mugged out. I was mugging every day. Not like literally, but like the word mug. I was using mug a lot. Mug was just like, yeah, see, mug, face, gangster, slang. Yeah. And we used to use it like shut up, mug. Like whatever. But that was like back, man, that was like 3rd, 4th grade. 5th grade, maybe. I mean, early 90s. I remember in 1st grade, I can still even picture right now. I remember this one dude that always said that shit, and that was like third grade. And when I was in East, and he, I can still picture his face, everything, and him constantly saying that shit. Don't be me mugging me. Yeah, there you go.
I remember that.
Proper gangsters, not gangsters. So what were you guys all carrying today? Let me hear what's in your pockets. Right now, I actually got, you guys ain't ready for what's in my pocket.
Oh, we're not.
Ooh, I got that badass Shiro with the frag, the F95 frag, monkey edge frag pattern. Bang. This thing is badass. Oh, I took it apart. Triple row bearings. Ooh. I took it apart and cleaned it up and re-oiled it. Oh, this thing got so much smoother, even though it was already redonkulously smooth. But now it's even smoother. This thing is so badass. I mean, does it get much better than a full tie frag patterned Shiro Goroff? I don't know if it does. I don't know. Recon 1. Okay. The 9th chamber is carrying the McKenna. Great knife. Q1 Fiend. I seen Jurassic. Let me go back up. Let's see here. So, Jim Q's got the QSP Hawk. That's one I'm wanting to check out. That looks really cool. Talica's got the XM18 with the satin regrind. Jealous. Not DG has the Neutron badassery. Oh, Pluto's Moon. Pluto's Moon has got the half track banging it. Ooh, look at that blue, purple. Oh, it's beautiful. If I freeze it, it should focus too. If I'm not moving around like a crazy ass. We got Jim Q's waiting on the Spyderco Mantra 3. Q1 Fiend has got the Jurassic because he felt fancy today. Ninth Chambers got the McKenna, great knife. Alex Knives can't stop opening and closing the bag letter. Ooh, nice, nice. Maybe I can send you mine to check out once I get my Spyderco. Awesome, man. Get a hold of me. Jesse's got the Para 2 and K390. Amazing, amazing knife. The steel is fantastic. I am loving the K390. Oh, and I want to talk to you guys about something. So I'm sure a lot of you guys seen Paper Tiger's got the Auto Rift, and did anyone else hear Pluto? Oh, Putin's moon?
Yeah, you definitely said Putin's moon.
Did I see Putin?
I'm pretty sure.
Anyways, so I'm sure some of you guys seen Cedric and Ada's video. I still haven't seen the one that just came today, but I seen the one yesterday with the different grip pattern, where if you sharpen it on one side with one grit going one direction, then the other side with a different grit going the opposite direction, he wound up getting like, I think it was something like 300 extra cuts out of the steel, out of what was it, M390, and that's really good results. Now, I would have liked to have seen it, the same knife with done regular, then with the that edge to see the difference. But regardless, it made me start thinking about some of these unconventional edges that I do, like the one I put on the Bob Terzola drop knife, or the one where I do go up to a mirror and then throw a grit over the mirror, but like in between the grip patterns, you know. It's anyways, I was wondering about like some of those and I got a couple other unconventional edges I do, but I was kind of curious now after seeing that, like, man, I wonder if any of them could actually get you better edge retention. The one that I think might possibly is actually the one I put on this knife, because I can't explain how great it cuts. So it cuts so much better than it did before, and it just seems like it's holding up. I have not, there might be one little spot right there, but that's after quite a bit of use. I don't know. I'm going to order a Mora Robust in a week or so. I need more fixed blades to carry. All I carry is the Bucklite Max Small. Have the Cold Steel Hideout double-edged and an old-timer sharp finger. JPR's got the Spyderco Caribbean arriving on Wednesday. Talica's got the Python Micarta for the XM18 Bowie that's coming out Wednesday too. Awesome, awesome. What was it? 556-1 Stump says, oh. What's up, Poncho? What's up, Poncho? This is kind of just an out of the ordinary live. We weren't going to go live. I had a meeting, and I seen everybody seeing that I was having a meeting, and they wanted to get in on it, so we went live anyway. So this is an unprepared live. It's just a random dropping live. So but we did do an unboxing on two Tucsons. So I guess we're going to end it here, though, because I don't want to give up too much of my shit that I got planned for Wednesday's live. And we're going to have some good lighting, hopefully. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And when are we going to get a Scandi Sharpen video? J-Rod.
Ooh.
Ooh. I don't have any Scandis.
I'm pretty sure somebody would probably help.
If I had one here, I would do one. It's just like sharpening a regular edge. It's just you gotta do the whole bevel. And sometimes they're better to do on sandpaper. Sometimes it just depends. But yeah, I can do a Scandi. I'd like to do 2 Scandis because I'd like to do a regular sharpening, my conventional sharpening, because I think that would bring the sharpest edge. But then the easier way, which would be on sandpaper. Alex is nice and such. I don't know what that means. Kara looks about as interested. Yeah, I know.
It's
That's
not
why
that.
we're gonna leave. That's why I asked her. I said,
not-
"Why are you here?"
It's not that. I'm working.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, why are you know? Like,
Kara looks about as interested as me right now.
yeah,
Damn.
I know.
Was that a burn to you?
Yeah.
Fuck. That was rough. I didn't know that part was
Jesse
on
Stout Hout or Jesse Hout or
there. Are you okay?
Hout, whatever said Kara looks disinterested.
I am working on a masterpiece.
Andrew, what a dick. You know what's, man, Andrew's got this guy on Instagram. Don't go nobody look him up or anything, but he's acting like he's Andrew Toole. And I thought it was. I got hold of Andrew.
What?
I said, "What's going on, man?" I said, "What's up with this other page?" And he's like, "It's not me." He was actually, it sounded like he was a little offended by me even knowing about it. But it's got a bunch of like.
Now you've just told everyone. Good job.
It's not that big of a deal. So the guy's got a bunch of pictures of him, like, you know, from his videos and like from his page, and then
The fuck?
yeah, it's weird, right?
Well, what's the fake page called? Oh wait,
It doesn't
no one's
matter.
supposed to look
Right,
at it.
right.
Well, I just wanted to make sure no
But
one
it's
goes
like-
to, like thinks
Yeah,
it's
well,
him.
tell them so they don't go to it.
So they don't get tricked.
Well, they just know if it's not Andrew Toole, then you know
Well,
it's
is it the same name?
no.
Okay, so that helps.
But it's his face clearly.
Damn.
But it's kind of weird though, man. Why would somebody do that? It doesn't even make sense. Like I told him, like I told Andrew, I said, it doesn't even make sense unless it's somebody that knows you. Like
Like in
what
real
benefit are
life.
they getting out of it? Think about what benefit do they have?
Well, I mean,
Or Andrew pissed somebody off.
ooh,
Probably what happened.
probably because he told me.
I wasn't offended. You were just the 10th person to ask me that day.
I love you too. It's okay.
I'm going to send you my slicer, my PM2K390 soon as fuck. Awesome. Hey dude, I'm looking for a Tucson 230. Can you keep an eye out for me? I know you see a bunch of Tucsons in your travels. What Tucson is that? I got the two. Okay, this is the 290. Yes, I will. I will keep my eye out. 230, the 230. What's up, Casey Tyler? You're late. We're getting off of here. But yeah, this one's the 290, and then this one's the 311.
Yeah.
Pretty cool though. I definitely like this thumb stud one. This one I also like. I just don't like this damn lanyard tube. I could cut that thing off though very easily. Oh yeah, so easily. You can easily cut this off and actually smooth it out too to a regular backspacer. So might have to do that because that's a little pokey. Heck, I'm always late. Got a BBMV2 coming soon. Haven't got anything new that stuck around for a while. I know you got that. You got rid of that one pretty quick. It seemed like. I remember you saying you were wanting to get a full size or whatever, but that thing was pretty badass. I was surprised you got rid of it as quick as you did. There's a couple of groups on Facebook for Tucsons. You might be able to find the 230 there. There you go. Kara, are you going to design the new stickers?
I should.
We for the shirts, Russ is trying to see if he can crop it for us, but if not, I'm just gonna redraw it because we do have the thing she's using right now.
It's not about redrawing it. It's about getting it cropped as a circle and the image being saved as a circle.
I know, and I'm saying redraw it as a circle and save it as a circle. That's
Well,
what I'm saying.
I can draw in circle all day. It's about getting this white background out of there.
I know.
And I'm
If
saying
you
with the program I have no fucking clue how to do it.
there's no way to do it on here at all.
Well, if there was, I would have did it already. I'm
Well,
saying
I
there
thought
might be, but I tried looking it up a million times, and this program is called Procreate. I don't know if anyone's familiar with it.
So
but-
Russ is gonna help us out.
Okay.
We're gonna start with shirts. I'm just gonna do the basic logo at first because I got a few other designs that I want to do. I'm not sure about coffee cups and stuff like that. I'm sure because Teesprings pretty much allows you to do whatever you want once you put your logo in there. So we'll probably have some sweaters, some long sleeves, stuff like that, and then possibly some mugs.
Yeah.
We'll see though. We'll see. But I do want to do some other designs. Like I want to do one with some nice steels on it. I want to get one with just like a knife on it. And I want to do one that's like needs knives, but it's not like our logo. It's just like the N, the K, and the knife, but kind of more badass looking.
Like a shirt you would really wear.
Yeah, like a shirt you'd really wear. Exactly. Like something that actually would look cool out on the streets. Instead of just looking like a logo, something that actually looks pretty badass. Procreate. Okay.
Yeah.
J-Rod, aren't you going to win that argument? Just say yes, dear. You're right. I think I did.
Wait, what argument? What did we do?
Oh.
I don't remember arguing.
That's pretty much my answer to most.
You don't call me dear. You call me bitch.
No, I don't.
You do sometimes.
I've never
you don't call me
you
a bitch. You're just like my bitch.
Yeah, I'll say my bitch, but I don't call you bitch. I don't think I've ever called you.
We've never called each other a name, I don't think.
What's up, Hawaii? No, but I'll say you're my bitch. Yeah, but I don't say it like
or my hoe.
I don't know. Did I say that? I don't think I
say
said
it
that.
to me every morning when we wake up.
You're such a liar.
Good morning, hoe bag.
What up, my hoe? What's up, Hawaii?
This is pretty dope, right?
Snapback.
Hey.
That would be cool.
It's pretty fucking cool, right?
That is pretty cool. Yeah, I like that.
Do you think I should fill it in the D?
Yes.
Ha.
Do it the exact same way.
No, because this is actually 2 P's. Because if Dom plays poorly, it's like a play on having 2 P's in like a unique way. Because the thing with logo designing is just because someone's name is this particular channel is called Dom Plays Poorly. Just because that's someone's name, that doesn't mean you always want to fill the whole fucking logo in with Dom Plays Poorly. It's a logo. So I'm trying to come up with something so the double layered P is representing the 2-letter P's of it, but it makes it for a cool design. So I know you can't fucking really see it that well.
Hey, Mark, thanks, bud.
This isn't that type of live.
This isn't that kind of live. Don't do that.
Will Patreons get first dibs on the t-shirts? I think that seems fair.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm not sure how many there'll be, but I'm sure there'll be plenty for everybody. But yeah, we'll definitely do something.
Maybe a discount. Maybe that's what you should do.
I don't know if I'll be able to, honestly.
Maybe I'm sure you could probably create a code for yourself.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Like we haven't done it yet, so I don't know. But I'll definitely probably pick up a couple, paid by yours truly, and give a couple of them away.
You could add them into your Patreon giveaways.
That's what I meant. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. I'm talking about. Yeah, what do you think? I'm talking about for the fucking regular guys that aren't patrons?
Don't call me a bitch again.
Man, this thing is a beast. What a beast. What a monster. Yeah, Andrew, are you still here? I'll tell you what, man, this Slim Midi on bearings.
What if the fake account popped up and was like
fire?
What if the fake account popped up and was like, yeah, I'm still here?
It's on Instagram though.
I know, it's a fucking joke. Damn it. It's a joke. Ha ha.
Now people, when they talk to me on the comments, they're like, go call your girl a bitch again.
Yeah. No, I'm fully kidding. Sort of.
She is.
I'm fully kidding.
No, I call her my bitch and stuff like that, but I've never, ever, not once called her a name. Because I actually made that rule when we first hooked up.
Probably you make it sound so nasty. Hooked up.
Well, when we first met and got together and we were getting into a relationship, I said that though. I made sure I said that. I said there's one thing I'll never do, and I said we split up if we did. I said I'll never call you a name. I said if you start calling me names, I think then we're just gonna end it, because I've seen many abusive relationships. I had an abusive stepfather. I see how that shit goes, and it's just like once you start doing that, it never gets better. If your girl or guy, whatever, accepts and allows you to call them names, then the next step is a worse name, and then the next step is a worse name, and it just keeps progressing. It never gets better, because you've seen that you can say that and you see how bad it hurts them or doesn't hurt them. So now you're going to want to hurt them more. So the best way to go about it is to never start that shit to begin with. Never allow it. Like, I won't allow myself to do it, but I wouldn't respect a woman that would allow me to do it. So, so I just made it right clear after the bat. Like, I'll never, that's one thing you'll never have to worry about. You'll never have to worry about me abusing you. Never have to worry about me even mentally or, like, what's that called? Psychologically abusing you with words and stuff like that. And I was like, and if that ever happens, I said, we're breaking up right there because
I'm sorry, but Ninth Chamber said me and my girl used to call each other bitch lips.
See, like goofing around, that's one thing that you got to have that. If you don't have a sense of humor, like with goofing, like I said, like, yeah, I call her, she's my bitch, but I don't call her. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference like in goofing around. Like she calls me all kinds of shit, but it's all funny ass shit.
What do I call you?
I don't know. I'm just saying like when we're goofing around, like we're like teasing and saying stuff and like goofing around. Like
even when we're goofing around, I don't think name calling is really a typical joke.
Well, not like listen, you fucking cunt. Like we don't do that shit, but we definitely like tease each other and make fun of each other. Like goofing around is what I'm talking about, which I think is very healthy for a relationship.
I was just saying that I think the most of our goofing around more surrounds making fun of like other people rather than ourselves, if that makes sense. What?
Nothing.
Go down.
I already sleep with him.
He gets all the big ones, and I get all the little ones. I get all the ones that were specifically
hypothetically, Mark. See, it's weird that she answered that because I would have said
you did answer with your damn finger. I saw you go.
Me?
It's on camera.
Me?
It's on camera, sweetheart.
I was talking to White Knife and Gear saying me too.
No, you went like you did one of these.
No.
Me too is this. Me too is this. Like me too.
Okay.
You didn't do that.
Oh, this thing. It's crazy that I can reverse flick this thing already.
Look at you switching the subject.
The subject was over.
The subject is not over.
You act like we've been talking about this whole time.
Okay, what happens? What are you going to do with your will with all the knives? Are you going to leave them to me when you die?
I probably should make a will because I'm definitely going to die before you.
No, I don't know about that.
But why would I need a will? We're married.
You could secretly write them off to somebody.
Oh, you get them.
Okay. So
you would get everything. That's like if you have kids, right? And one dies, the kids don't inherit nothing. Both parents have to die to inherit the shit. Right. So, and we don't have any kids.
I thought, I swear.
Fucking Douglas.
I was going to say, if I die, they're going to go to Douglas, and then you're going to have to battle in court with a stuffed animal. It's funny, people...
Yes, Your Honor, she did write everything off to this stuffed animal. His name is Douglas, so... And I'm sitting there like, damn it.
That was a good one, bitch.
Yeah. If you were alive, I'd call you a bitch. You should add your knife collection to your homeowner's insurance for sure. Yeah, that's definitely...
Too bad we don't own a home.
Nah. But it is good though to have your stuff insured. One time my old house, I had this house and damn it, do you have a pod right now?
No.
Can I hit your thing?
Yeah.
So it almost burnt because this truck blew up in front of my house. I had two houses. There was an in-law house and a big house. My buddy's truck blew up in the driveway and almost set fire to my little house. And I had insured for $120,000 the little house. It wasn't worth that though. So the point was that, man, I should let that motherfucker burn. If it would have burned, so if it was more than halfway burnt, I would have gotten the money. If it was less than half, then I could rebuild it. But I couldn't rebuild it if it was more than halfway burnt. And if it would have caught, there ain't no way it wouldn't have been more than halfway burnt. It was a very, very small house. It was like basically like kind of like it was an in-law house, but it was a studio with an upstairs basically. Even the bathroom was upstairs. I had a spiral staircase. So the only way you could get upstairs was by a spiral staircase. The bedroom and the bathroom were upstairs. The living room and kitchen were downstairs. And yeah, I should have let it burn. Could have got that money. Oh, that's a good idea too.
Do they consider it insurance fraud if you just let something burn if you didn't purposely start the fire? Is it still insurance
No, we didn't
fraud?
purposely start the fire. So
right.
somebody
but
asked
if
how
you
it started.
could put it out and you don't, is that still fraudulent?
No, I'm not a damn fireman. I don't have to put shit out.
Okay, that's what I was asking.
What? Oh yeah. So what? How it started?
Is this something you should say on camera?
Yeah, we didn't do nothing bad.
Okay.
So how it started was we were having a party actually, and there was a bunch of, not like a big party or anything, but there was a lot of cars anyways. So my buddy's truck was there, and it was the second one from my house. So, and we don't actually know how it started, some electrical issue, but we were all sitting in there. I told this story before actually, and we were sitting in there, and we started smelling burning rubber. And we're like, what the fuck is that smell? And my buddy goes, it's probably my truck. And he was just being sarcastic. Yeah. That's it. I opened up my door, it's blazing. Well, at first it wasn't like blazing, but like you could see it on fire. I was like, holy shit, it is your truck. And he's like, what? So we run out there, we start trying to put it out. And within 1 to tops 2 minutes, I don't even think it was 2 minutes, between a minute and a minute and a half, the fire went from the front all the way to the back, and the entire thing is blazing. I'm talking about blazing like crazy. And everything in the car's popping and cracking and making noise. And it's so close to the house that there's no way it's not going to start fire to the house. Like, there's no way. And a hose wasn't doing anything. I had a hose. I ain't doing shit. So I started rounding up all the kids we had there and all the dogs and everything. And then I was getting everybody out. Well, I had one dog left, right? Aww. One dog left that was in a cage inside. And I ran back in, and everybody's screaming at me not to, because at this point, it's really bad, right? I don't care. And I'm getting, these bitches are screaming like, no, Jared, no. And stupid bitches. And to me, though, like in my mind, it was like, I'm not leaving nobody behind, like I'm like I got that fucking that fight or flight in my head.
I couldn't live with the idea of a dog.
Oh, there ain't no way. I would have came out burning before I let that dog burn. Oh. I love that dog. Anyway, so I ran in there, got the dog, came running out with them, and right when I hit the door, the tires start blowing. Boo! And shit's flying everywhere. But it was as if the gas tank just blew. That's what it felt like. But it wasn't the gas tank, it was actually the tires. But it was loud as shit, and they all popped blew. Bow, bow, bow. And fucking one of the dogs winds up booking and running off.
Oh, really?
But it didn't matter though. It's like, get to safety, right? That's a dog's natural instinct, is I can't do anything about this. I'm getting the fuck out of here. So that's what he did. Right. And Gira, she's trying to protect everybody.
That's a dog.
She comes out all tough, like she sees there's fear, right? Yeah. So she's trying to fight ghosts. Like turning and growling, like going crazy. And I'm trying to tell her to go, run,
Yeah.
And but yeah, everybody was fine. Got all the kids out. I was carrying kids and dogs. Like that, run, and we had to come from the upstairs. Bad. We couldn't go out the front door. The front door was basically on fire, so we had to go out my garage door was melted off, and it was pretty crazy. Those tires they sound like a shotgun. Yeah, it was pretty loud, especially because it was a truck too. So big truck tires, and it was all 4 of them too. But by the time the fire department got there, by the time the fire department put it out, it was just a shell. That's all that was left. Just a shell. There was nothing. Not one piece of fabric, not one piece of nothing. Just a shell. Down to rims and nothing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. You have some of the craziest stories. Seems like you have no idea. I'm very PG on here. Let me tell you. I can tell you some damn stories.
You're not really that PG.
I am, compared to the things I could talk about. Let me tell you. You already know that. He made about a gazillion posts of it. I don't know what that means. I gotta pop off. Have a good night. Later, Casey. yeah, we everybody made it out all right, but I didn't get that damn insurance money. And then when the fire department came, what was funny was, they ask you the questions, 'cause they got the book, and they're trying to figure out if it's going to be insurance fraud, because in their mind,
Right.
they're like, there ain't no way you didn't just light this bitch on fire and you're trying to get paid from insurance. So they're sitting there asking all these questions. Then they get to the question like, what insurance company do you have? Not from me, but from my buddy who owned the truck. And he's like, I don't have no insurance. The book went, and they walked off. He literally right there closed the book and walked off
Why?
because there was no insurance. So there was no insurance claim. He was basically just trying to see if there was fraud.
Oh.
If there's no insurance, there's no insurance fraud. I had insurance on my house, and I offered to pay for it. Technically, I offered to pay for it, but he wouldn't let me claim it. And so
You mean you offered to just put it on your house insurance?
yeah, because it burnt on my property.
Can you do that?
I could have, I didn't, because he didn't want me to.
Mm.
Yeah, I figured I would keep it in line with our Instagram account, and I want to focus mainly on knife mounting. Oh, I see. That's what you're talking about. Still working on a new logo though. Awesome. Yeah, you guys are doing some incredible work over there.
Where?
Lindy Lou and
Oh.
Richie, man. We got that ZT here. I actually posted the video early this morning. Yeah, man, you guys are doing great work. I don't know how you guys do that bark finish, and I don't know if you guys are like trying to keep it a secret or whatnot, but that's an amazing finish.
Thing is
I
cool.
think that's going to be hot, very hot. I talked to Richie already about possibly, getting something done, because it's so awesome and so unique that I think it'd be so cool to have it done.
Can you do it but make it like polished? Or no, it always has to feel gritty like that.
I don't know. I'm sure I'm sure they could do it polished, but I don't think that'd be a good idea, because the process to probably doing it probably would mess and scratch it up. But I have no idea, because I don't do it. But I thought it'd be cool, kind of like how Richie did that one. I think the Monterey Bay Knives, how he did it was like a bronzish, like almost like a wood color.
Yeah.
I think that looked badass. So you have it a bark finish with a bark color, kind of not brown, but more bronzish. I think that sounds bad. It's kind of like the color of this. It's not going to come up that good, but like the color of this clip, like a bronzish. How are you guys liking the Custom 8015? Oh, I'm loving it. Where is it? It's right here. Absolutely loving this thing. This thing is so best. Mr. C, you didn't have to do that, bud. This is a fake live, man. It's a fake live. Don't donate. Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud. Thank you.
Oh my God. Give me your ear right now.
I didn't hear you. It's okay.
It's not okay. I do have to go though, because I have a game to attend to.
Yeah, this thing is so badass.
Bye, guys.
I'm gonna get off in just a second.
It's not okay.
It is okay. It's okay, baby. But yes, super smooth, super badass, locked up, rock solid. I do wonder though, speaking about the 8015, I watched Andrew Demko talk about it. And Andrew Demko was talking about how strong the lock was, but then he was talking about relative to a frame lock. So he was talking about specifically against the liner lock and the frame lock. He said it's not as strong as the Triad lock, but he was saying, but it's stronger than a frame lock. But then he did say that it's not as impact resistant as a Triad lock. Now, meaning like if I take something and I smack the back of the blade, how easily it'll close. He said it's not as impact resistant, but since you're holding it when using it, it makes the lock even more stronger, because you're basically increasing the tension on the lock, because in order for it to, to fail, this pin has to go up, like that. So I'm curious though, like, how strong it is for impact resistant and how strong it is on the weight test. because it almost doesn't make it seems like that if I just hung weight from it, that it would be incredibly strong because the force would be going this way. You know what I mean? This way. So the pin would be being pulled. And I know it's set up for when I pull the pin, it's easy to come out, but I don't know. I don't know. I've heard people argue whether or not it was strong or weak. What are we doing on Monday? What's up, Gabriel? You got your hand raised, I see. Everybody said bye, Kara. Hey, you didn't leave me a pod. Can you throw me a pod really quick? I'll spend about 5 more minutes, guys, because like I said, this wasn't even planned, man. And I'm not about to do all the stuff I have planned for Wednesday. Thank you, baby.
Ready?
No.
Oh, you have to pull on ours.
Yes, I do. What the heck? There we go. I don't know what that face is for. What's up, Gabriel? I see you got your hand raised, bud. What's your hand raised for? Or is that a goodbye? Is that what that is? Bye? I thought it was like... Oh, man, I don't even have the Rockstead right here. I'll do it just because we usually do it. Where is it? We got it right here. Right over here. But you know what, though, man? The lighting isn't that good, but what I can do is this. Bing, bing, bing. Oh, snap. Someone's got that good lighting. Oh, yeah. This has actually turned down for some reason. Why is it doing that? There we go. Now it's a little bit better. I don't know. I'm going to have it hooked up with a diffuser and everything on Wednesday. So Wednesday, fingers crossed, we're going to do it differently now that we got this system set up. I'm going to have a whole show planned, a whole show. Of course, you guys can comment and ask to see stuff or whatever you guys want to talk about. That's no problem. And that helps us out, to be honest. Because what I try to do is I try to keep topics that I want to talk about in between like dead spaces. And then as long as you guys are, communicating and asking questions and we're talking, then I don't bring that stuff up and we just talk about what you guys want to talk about. But when there's a little bit of dead space, bang, I pop in one of the things I want to talk about. That way it fills the whole show, full of content without dead space, without, me just sitting here reading comments. I'm actually trying to be entertaining. So I'm planning on, hopefully after talking to Edward, that we'll have the lighting going good and possibly a good show. I know I did get a few complaints. People were saying how horrible the lives were now and how they just want them back to the way they were, basically, and yada yada. But you got to understand, sometimes when you, especially working with a new app, it takes a little bit of time. You got to get used to stuff. And I don't mean like getting used to the new live, because I wasn't happy with them either. I honestly was very disgusted with the way the last 2-3 lives went, because I'm trying to get used to the app and so on and so forth. And then the last one, I was not prepared, not prepared for the live whatsoever. And I still did one, which, but this next one's going to be prepared and good. So, I seen somebody said something. Hey, Neves, you got I don't know what that is. An Evo 2.0? No, I do not have an Evo 2.0, but they look pretty sweet. The Custom Knife Factory? No, I don't, but damn it, they look so badass. I think Lavender Pants just got one. Pretty sweet. Got a new Bushcraft Scandi knife showing up tomorrow. As soon as I get out of quarantine, I'll send it and maybe another Scandi knife for you to play with. Awesome, Jesse. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I do, since I did lose that sharpening content from Lindy Lou's modding job and blade chops, I'm going to do another one of new full sharpening soon. I thought about doing a live one. I was thinking that'd be cool, man. Just do a live one, then people can show up if they want to, and later they can watch it. But that way, when people ask questions, I can do it right there and answer the questions live. Problem is, the quality is not as good, but since I have the camera, I'm not sure. Because I've never used this to record a video only for lives. I don't think I mean, I can record on it, but I don't think it'll be as good as the quality of my phone, but it might be. I don't know. I have no idea. The thing is that then I'll have to edit it on the computer, which I should start doing, because then I'll have more room to edit and to save stuff. Like I was talking to somebody earlier, I believe it was Telecom. We were talking about having basically a memory, you know, so that I can hold more content, because that's sometimes why it's very difficult for me, because like say Metal Complex, he's able to film a month in advance. So that means he's got like 30, 60 videos pre-done. I have to literally do, the max I can get is maybe 4, and that just depends on the length, because I shoot several different clips and I put them all together into a video. So I have to literally every single day film, no matter what. Every single day I have to film, and every single day I have to upload. So the most I might do is film today and upload today's tomorrow's. But usually I'm filming today's to upload tomorrow, or I'm filming today's to upload today. So it means 0 breaks, constant going. And if I had pre-record, which I sometimes do, like I'll record something, 1 or 2 small things, and have them like in the chamber, basically, have them in the chamber for when something comes up. I'll have content to drop. But too many of those and I can't record, so I do have to figure something out. Metal Complex is a cartel member. I hear that. Wait, sometimes more isn't always better. I totally agree. But what I mean though is having memory to have, not that I want more videos. I want more videos recorded so that I don't have to delete in order to record. Meaning, like, if I want to record the Shiro Goroff video, right? But I have these 2 videos already recorded. Well, I won't have enough room to do this one. So that means I have to upload those before I can do this, or delete those. Do you know what I mean? So that's my problem. I'm doing everything off my phone, and I only have the memory that's on the phone. So I need to get like an SD card for my phone that holds more memory, so I can take it out and save it or whatever, or start doing the editing on this laptop, you know, and give me some leeway, some more room. Why can't I see how many people are in here? How many people are in here, guys? I can't see it for some reason on this computer right now.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, can you?
Yeah. 39.
39? Wow. You guys are awesome. You guys are so awesome, man. I love that you guys come here. And I was actually, sarcasm? No, that's not sarcasm. No, I was actually surprised when I had the one going. I seen 46. Pluto's moon says 46, baby. You're a liar.
Pluto's moon is fucking millions of light years of fucking miles away. So fuck him.
Pluto's moon must be on Pluto. So you heard her. I don't gotta say it. I'm sure they heard you. Anyways. But it'll help me out though if I can edit on the computer and be able to save stuff. But I was gonna say though, it really made me happy though when I did see some people come in, even though I thought it was a private chat I was doing with somebody, which it was, but people were waiting and I could see that they were in the comments waiting for us to go live. And I was thinking, man, like, they're going to be so upset when I just leave. And they're like, what the fuck did I sit here for 30 minutes for waiting? So that's why we wound up going live, was because, you know, not that, you know, we wouldn't have, but it wasn't planned. We just did it. We love you too, man. We love you guys too. You guys are awesome. And it's definitely, it's definitely been a journey with everybody. Oh shit, I forgot to say this. So this is actually very sad news. Baby, you might want to hear this. So Carbonite Gamma Morian, he's always in the comments. I've talked to him now for 2 years, a year and a half. He died.
What?
Yeah. I don't know if you guys remember, he was very depressed. He was in bad health, and he was very depressed about it. He had made a few comments about it for a little while, but I guess he passed away a couple weeks ago. So.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. JT let me know. JT's Knife Life. I guess he looked for him because he was like wondering like what's going on because he talks to him too all the time. He was
getting more spotty in the comments. I remember that.
Yeah, and he was talking about his health wasn't doing good. His health hasn't been doing good since we've known him. But yeah, so it's sad. It does suck. I guess he does have
he was like one of our first like loyal.
Yeah, he was. He really was.
Extremely sad.
I sent him stuff a few times.
I remember, wasn't he the one we sent the Tic-Tac-Toe Tonto to?
That and
put that lanyard on
some clones. We sent them a bunch of different stuff. But it is sad. I guess they have something for people to donate to for his burial. So it's I don't know it offhand. It's in my Instagram, but it is sorry to hear. It was a lot of people's friend though, because he's been part of the knife community for a long time. So, but he was in bad health. So I mean, life, man, it sucks, man. But anyways, I don't want to leave this on a sad note, even though it is very sad, and it's not like I'm trying to be disrespectful or anything. But yeah, he was so depressed for so long too. I could hear it in him, But anyways, yeah, it's may he rest in peace. God bless, man. He's definitely gonna stay in our prayers. But he is, yes, absolutely. And I said that to somebody else because I've had a lot of people die. A lot of people die. With family, friends, so many people. Like my first best friend died when I was 14, leaving my house. And then I had another best friend because I was actually living south of Chicago at the time. And my original best friend from here, not here, but right around here, that I knew even before that one wound up dying in my arms, and then I've had friends get murdered. I had one friend get murdered, just left my house, fucking was buying some cell phones and got shot in the head. But lots of friends, lots of family, my old man, lots of family. Anyways, but the way I look at it is, man, I can't argue with God. If you guys ain't religious, it's okay. I understand. But with me, I am religious, and I can't argue with God's decision or choice, on when he's going to take somebody. And I do believe that they are in a better place. And, I know not everybody's religious, but Jared, have you heard about a method of sharpening using 220 grit on one side? Yeah, I watched that video, and I'm getting ready to go watch the one right after this. I'm going to go watch Cedric and Ada's new one on M4 steel. I think that's amazing. I think that's amazing results, and I can't say I never would have thought, because I was actually getting curious, and I was talking about this earlier, that I was getting curious with some of these unconventional edges that I put on sometimes for myself. Like I test things out and I try this and try a little of that and blah, 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 blah. And I've been wondering if some of these unconventional edges, I wonder if there's anything to them for edge retention. Like some of them I know they cut better. Some of them I know they're sharper. But what about performance based on, aside from passing through materials and, touching it and it being sharper? What about edge retention? And after seeing that, it's like, fuck, there might actually be something to the edge retention. I mean, if, what Cedric and Ada did gets 300 more cuts, I would love to see if there was other things, but that's sweet, man. That's so true. That's so true, Michael. That's definitely a good quote. And it is definitely very, very true. So you definitely want to live, your life as much as you can to the fullest. Always tell your loved ones you love them. Always tell the people around you you love them. You'll never know if you'll have another opportunity or when it's going to end. And, I've known that, like I said, when I was young, when I lost my friend, that's what really got me to really understand, like, make sure you don't leave in grudges and try to say the things you want to say while you can say it, because just because you don't, lots of people, they don't think that person can be gone tomorrow, but that person absolutely can be gone like that tomorrow. So, thoughts on the Pilar 3? Not much, because I don't like the Pilar 1 and 2. And I don't like it just because of how bad the first one was. Now, I'm sure it's great. It's probably great. In all honesty, the one I got from Timbo was amazing. It was an amazing version of it. It was the best type or best version of it you can have. But I was so upset from the original one I had, and then hearing so many people that the same thing happened to them, that it made me lose faith. It's like if Tucson suddenly put out this knife and all of them had the most worst QC issues, I would shit all over it, even if I didn't get those issues. So, and then if I did get the issues too, then I'd definitely shitting all over it. And that's kind of the way I feel about it. I won't be buying one, but I'm sure they're awesome, though. I'm sure they're awesome because, like I said, the one I had that Timbo owned was awesome. It was just the small Pilar, but it was the Blade HQ version with the carbon fiber, scale, and it was awesome, man. But I guess I don't like to hold grudges, but I guess I was. Timbo says he loves the Cruwear. I think, who can hate Cruwear, right? I think a lot of people like Cruwear. Kind of like Rex, like the Rex steels, I should say. That's another one. Like, you gotta love those steels. K390. The only reason why I could see somebody hating some of these steels like K390 is because of the rust, because of the stain, the staining and the patinaing. You definitely have to keep it dry. And like, mine's fine. I don't have any patina on mine yet, but I know they do patina. But so does M4 and a lot of other steel. So, but if you live next to salt water, it might not be your cup of tea. Oh man, Moon Pirate. That's one of the subjects I am going to talk about on Wednesday. Is the Urban EDC 5.5. So I'm not going to talk about it, but come to Wednesday's live at 7:30 p.m. Central Time, and we will talk all about it. I won't have one, just so we're clear, I won't have one, but I'll talk about it, and I might pull up some pictures because I think it's pretty damn awesome. Just like that 2.0, that Custom Knife Factory 2.0, that thing's fire. There's a bunch of knives that are just so badass, and I'm surprised I didn't put in that video of knives that I want to check out, because they are definitely top of the list type knives. I'm sure it is, Kevin. That's what I'm saying. I'm sure it's much improved, because the way I see it is, like, even after a while, after they were doing it for a while, they figured out all their QC issues, wound up working out, and all the new ones were great from the old Pilar. So if they had that one down pat, they definitely got the number 3 down pat. I have no doubt that it's not a lot better. And, I should give credit where credit's due, that if they did improve it and they're doing a good job on it, I should. And, if I do check one out, I'll review it for what it is, but I won't be buying one. I'm just not a huge CRKT fan, even though I think they have some of the best designs out. I don't like the QC, and I have a lot of issues with them personally. Not like I know them or anything, but I have a couple CRKT knives, I think, but not many. I've never been a huge CRKT fan, to be honest. I'm not saying that they're doing anything like wrong aside from QC issues. Their knives are dope, a lot of them, and I'll give them the credit for this: that deadbolt is badass. That's amazing. I think that was very innovative and awesome because they kind of fixed two things, right? They made a button lock because a lot of people were wanting button locks, but one that's 10 times stronger than any other button lock out there. So that was amazing. I think that was great that they did that. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. It's like they're charging for, all right. So the price that they charge for it, all right, put S30V on it. If you put S30V on it or something better than, the D2. I just don't like to see it with D2. Like, and they're charging like $100 for it. I think that's a little outrageous. And I'm talking about the deadbolt. I've definitely came across my fair share of QC issues with CRKTs. Just got a new CRKT brass driver today. It's amazing, especially for $15. Yeah, I think they have a lot of great things. I've personally had a lot of problems with them. I think the last 3 knives we've bought from them all had problems. Every single one. The one we wound up returning, I've never returned a knife. The only knife I've ever returned was a CRKT. And I have a CRKT Razel, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. And it has all kinds of fucking issues. It's definitely not good. Like, no, it's a good knife, but I mean, like, it has a lot of issues that if they would have just did that, oh man, that's such a great design. If they could have just knocked that one out of the park, they should have. It's a Razel. They should have did it better. And it makes me so upset that they redid a smaller version, even shittier, in my opinion. Oh, but the other one, though, the big one had my blue denim micarta. Beautiful, right? But it had a problem with the rubbing and being like off-centered and shit like that. By the way, I bought 2 and we'll be giving one away. Awesome. Definitely go sub to Knife Sergeant's channel. CRTs can definitely use D2 at a lower price. Once dealers exclusive, they make R&D2. But see, they're late to the party. They're using D2 when other companies are getting out of D2. You know what I mean? Like, it's like D2 was cool 2 years ago. Timbo, thanks, bud. Smash that like button. Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. Thank you, everybody, for the donations. You guys are awesome, man. Thank you. Thank you. What was I saying? Oh, they're late to the party for D2. Everybody has been using D2 for the past, 2 years or something? And now they want to step up and get rid of HCR and start using D2. I think they're still using a ton of HCR, but they're going to start using D2 when we're harassing the other companies to stop using it, and other companies are starting to bring in S35VN instead of D2 or 14C28N instead of D2, and then they're going to come in and start using D2. Come on. Don't be that late to the... They're a massive knife company. They should not be so late to the game. Jared White, my next budget knife, do I go with Civivi Elementum or Kershaw Highball? Civivi Elementum. There's something about the highball that draws me in. Civivi Elementum. Hands down. In my opinion. I live 5 miles away from the Pacific Ocean. I have no issues with any D2 or 1095 rusting. I don't live next to the ocean, but I don't have any problems with steel either. I guess the only time of the year that you possibly could is like, we have a lot of salt because of the snow. Because we salt the roads and stuff, so. Unless they're heat treating the D2 properly, but I know they're not. Just about no one does. So true. So true, QMF. And I'm glad you said that because that's the big deal. Okay, I have no problem with D2. I'm okay with D2. D2 is just fine. The problem with D2 is that everybody does a shit heat treat on it and you're not getting the performance you're supposed to get out of it. And so it's kind of like a shot in the dark of whether or not you're going to get horrible or okay D2. We never see great D2 unless if you buy it from Medford, right? If you buy it from Medford, then yeah, you get CPM D2 and it's good quality. But that's not what we're doing, right? We're getting it from these budget companies that are doing production runs, that are doing a whole bunch of them instead of one or two knives, and you, you're not, you're getting basically what, like, because first of all, D2 is supposed to have better edge retention than S35VN or S30V. We never see that though. It's usually like right around like what, VG10, and it shouldn't. It should be way better than that. Jared, I really like that hoodie. What brand is it? Where'd you get? I got this in Colorado at Breckenridge, Colorado, and this is my favorite hoodie right now. I love this thing. It fits so good. So good. I do not know the brand. I bought it in one of the stores. I seen it on the hook and I grabbed it and I was like, man, I like this. So I wound up buying it and I am so happy I did. You know how sometimes like in tourist areas, you see like sweaters and stuff, but they're overpriced. But then you see one you like and you're like, man, I like it, but man, I don't know if I want to spend 40, 50 bucks on this hoodie, because what if I don't like it? What if it shrinks? What if it's shit quality? I am so happy I bought this one. Love this hoodie. A good hoodie, I understand why a good hoodie costs 40, 50 bucks, because a good hoodie they last a long time. Somebody broke it down to me a long time ago. They said, try to figure out how many times you're going to wear it, then divided by the price. So like, say if it's going to be shoes, right? $100 pairs of shoes. If you're going to wear that, say, I'm just talking shit right now, but say 300 times. If you're going to wear 300 times, then you spent, like say what, $1 a day, for those shoes. Or say if you say a shirt that costs 20 bucks and you wear it 20 times, or let's say 40 times, then you paid 50 cents every time. Now, if you wear it 60 or 80 times, you can get it down to so much cents every time you wear it. Then that's where the value comes out. Because if you can love something, like it's like your favorite and you love it, and you wear it 100 times and you only had to spend 2 cents every time you wore it, then that's a good deal and you like it. I'm amazed. Civivi charges less for their 9CR knives than their D2. I prefer 9CR over their D2. I find that I get the same out of them. I don't see much difference in the cutting performance. I only see the difference in like stain resistant, which you should. 9CR is a stainless, and D2's not. So that's where it'll be a little bit better for people. But you still have to take care of 9CR. So it's not like you don't have to take care of 9CR. You still do. It can still rust. But to me, I don't really see much difference in the edge performance, personally. Gabriel says it. You'll buy Taiwan, but not China. What is your favorite budget mid-grade blade steel? 14C 28 on every day of the week. That is my favorite budget and mid-grade steel. I think it does fantastic. I love the way it sharpens. I love the edge it takes. I love the edge retention it gets. I love the stain resistance. And one thing that I really like about it, and this is probably the most important, companies don't fuck it up because it's so easy to get right. It's a very easy bake, sort of say. It's the range of the HRC or the Rockwell is a wide range, unlike like M390 and D2, which like say M390, you don't even get the good performance out of it until it's over 62 HRC. Well, with 14C28N, it does good between 56 and 60. So you have a good range. So if one company's doing it 57 and another company's doing it 60, it doesn't matter. It's still going to be just as good. So I like that I can be positive that the company's going to do a good heat treat on it. And somebody said something about Tucson's 14C28N. They were wondering if they're running it at a high HRC, and that's why it does so good. But it's easy to strop 14C28N, and the edge retention is far better than the ease of sharpening. Buying a Chinese knife is like saying you're okay with your 7-year-old forced into slave labor. I agree and disagree. Like, I don't mind buying Chinese knives because I look at it like, okay, and I understand like Chinese government and everything, but I separate the two. I separate the people from the Chinese government, and there are U.S. companies that benefit from buying Chinese knives, just like there's U.S. designers, right? Like I have a knife right over here. The distributor for a Chinese company lives here in the United States. So when I buy the knives, he benefits and his family. He's a big advocate in the knife community, and his design is up there. So not only does he benefit from the design and from the sale of the knife, like he benefits a lot. And a lot of knives, like say artisans, right? When you buy an artisan's knife, like I think it's 56% of the money comes to America. It doesn't even go to China. So less money goes to China than it does America. More America makes more money from an artisan knife. So, and the people are different from the communist government, right? There are people over there just trying to to make a living and just trying to work and yada yada. Then of course the government is a communist government, and that sucks. That really does suck, and I hate that, and I hate what they do to our country, and I do consider them a fucking enemy. They are definitely my enemy, and I will never deny that. But the people aren't necessarily, a lot of them maybe, but not necessarily the knife community. So it's not like everything, so many things come from China, man. So many more important things than my pocket knife. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to turn in my TV, my computer, my phone, my shoes, my this, my that, fucking, I don't have enough money for that shit. So if I made enough money to buy all USA made, you damn straight I would. Of course I would. I want nothing more than to support all USA companies, but I can't afford it. And I know it takes us to do that in order for the prices to go down, but American prices are very expensive. And there's a lot of people out there that make enough money to do that, and I think that's awesome. I think that's incredible. I for one, I'm not one of them people. If I bought all USA made, I wouldn't be able to eat. So it's not about the things you refuse to buy from China. It's about the things you can't buy made anywhere else. That's my point. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's, and then to find it made, in America or somewhere else, you're going to pay an arm and a leg. But trust me, I want to. Trust me, I want to so bad. I would way rather spend my money American than anything else. But it is what it is. And like I said, and a lot of times Americans are the one that are making the money. So it's not like you buy a Chinese knife and all the money goes there and it never comes back here. No, like we have a lot of USA design. That's a reason why a lot of the good Chinese knife makers use USA designers, because they know that Americans don't want to give all their money to them, and they're willing to have the designers and distributors and also makes them money. So there's also a lot of stuff that isn't made in the US, including cars. Right. Yeah, try to find a phone made in the US. Good luck. Yes, so let's make the minimum wage 100. Funny, Kirk. I don't think people understand how that works, how economics works. And I'm not the smartest man in the world, but I'm also not fucking stupid. I at least understand a little bit about how economics works. Raising minimum wage doesn't do shit, but raise the prices on things. It's a narrow-minded view on the world. Absolutely, Winchester. I agree. You do got to be a little more open-minded. You got to start. I think the narrow-mindedness comes from people think that the people are the government, just like here, right? Like it's like saying that we're the government here. Like that's not true. We're not the government, but it's also a capitalist country versus a communist country, and I understand all that, but they're people too, and I feel sorry for them, but I also understand that there's a lot of USA companies here that know they can't sell their knife here unless if they get it made by China. So that way, now they can. So it's like, okay, put it this way. I make a knife, right? I make a knife and say if I can sell 10 of them because they're fucking $1,000 a piece. Versus I have China make them, right? To a high standard, way higher quality than I could make here. And I get to sell them at $150 a piece. And now I've sold 10,000 of them. So now I made a lot of money. Yes, they made money, but at least I made more money. So there is a win-win there somewhere. You know, there is a win somewhere. Falling asleep and you get... Oh, Gabriel, I love you, brother. But yeah, fall asleep and you get Beijing Biden. I agree. I agree. I for one do not agree with 90% of all that shit. So I agree with you, man. I hate everything that's going on right now, and I hate a lot of the decisions and choices and all the things that are happening in our country, and it sucks, man. Oh, Dave Warren's in here. Here's one right here. Dave Warren. No, they don't. Most knives made in China are made in the one city. Actually, 80% of all the knives in the world are made in one city in China. Wait, where'd he go? Sorry. And it's mostly men who move to that city to make a living making knives. They go home on weekends and holidays, not kids. Bang, Dave Warren with the knowledge. No, I actually learned about this, and Dave's right. 80% of all the knives in the world are made in this city in China. Actually, these people, not kids, adults, go to college and are actually raised to be knife makers and work in knife factories because that city's industries for knife making is so massive that these kids at 10, 12 years old already know that they're going to grow up and work in the knife industry. And they're knife lovers just like us. Like, absolutely. If you watch some of them and listen to them, you'll see a lot of them they're just like us. They're knife lovers just like us. When they start talking about a knife, they get all giddy about it and love the sounds and everything, just the same as us, man. They're just trying to make knives. But I do also understand the level of where China is our enemy, government-wise. So we always want to have that. We don't want to give work up that we can have here. We don't want to do that. But there's still a level of which, where we can benefit, right? It's kind of like having a business partner versus a business partner taking advantage of you. There has to be an equal balance. And I think in a lot of ways, kind of like Dave Warren, right? I love buying a knife from them. I know Dave Warren and his family benefit from it. That's why I like Dave Warren's designs, and he lives here in the United States and he works for a company overseas. I think that's amazing. That's fine. That's a company I want to support. And and in a lot of ways, I still will buy Chinese knives that have nothing to do with that, but I might not spend as much as I would on another knife that does benefit the States. And then a lot of them still do because they say they're distributed here, right? Like say if they go to Blade HQ, well, now you have a company in the United States making money off of it. You have the post office and this and that. You guys know how it goes. It's a lot more to it. Only so much you can say on a communist platform. Very true. I had to pick rocks. Laugh out loud. That sucked. What was that? I started working a full-time job at 10 years old doing fucking construction. I think kids should work, honestly. I think kids should bust their hands. My hands were bleeding doing concrete at 10 years old. I was doing construction, building houses, because all my uncles owned construction businesses. So I went from one to another to another to another as I aged. And I probably worked for every single one of them by the time I was 12 years old. And then, then it started getting really serious to where because, you have to go to school and shit. I dropped out to do construction. I dropped out to take care of my dad because he got paralyzed doing construction. But I also, already had a full-time job in construction since I was a little kid. So hard work's good for you. I'm live right now because I did a Zoom, like I was basically doing like a Zoom call with somebody. A camera guy was doing I was like meeting up with him so he could help me out with my lighting, and I didn't put it private. So it looked like I was about to go live when I was never planning on going live. I was only planning on talking to him. And then I seen a bunch of people were sitting there waiting for me to go live. So as soon as I got done with the conversation with them, I said, fuck it. And I went live. So it's just a random thing. It's not a real live. It's all just a joke. It's not real. You raise minimum wage to $15 an hour and everything goes up, and then the people making $16 an hour that started $8 an hour. Yes, I agree with everything you just said, Jared, and it pisses me off too, man. I think it's so stupid. I think people that think that that's the way it works. Not every state is the same. Not every job is the same. Just because I work a job doesn't mean you should make the same thing as me, or vice versa, right? And then it makes it to where people don't have to work as hard. Prices go up on things. And now that guy who owns a business has to fire somebody because he has to pay this guy more than he's worth. Right? So this guy who doesn't know shit comes in at $15 an hour. He's got to fire somebody else. Now he only has one guy working. To me, I know it's pathetic all the way around. And I agree with you, man. I think at some levels, I think some jobs are worth $15 minimum. Like, to start off, I agree. There's construction jobs, there's all kinds of jobs, but there are also fresh out of school jobs and stuff like that that don't need to get that. And then why do that for now to hurt the business? Now the business makes less money, so what's he got to do? Raise prices. Now instead of things being $5, they're $10 because he's got to make his end. He's got to feed his family too. And it doesn't make sense. Anybody that really understands economics understands that doesn't make sense. Listen, I haven't heard one person that understands economics that doesn't say that and that doesn't agree. I've only heard people that never owned a business, never ran a business or anything say that that's a good idea. I personally. Oh man, there are lots of small businesses. We're not even over a fake pandemic right now. So we're not even over a pandemic, and you're gonna do that to these small bit. If you put it this way, basically everything in the past year, if you were trying to get rid of all the small businesses in America, you fucking knocked it out of the park with raising minimum wage. That's the way I look at it. If you really want to get rid of businesses in America and send them to China, raise the minimum wage, because these businesses are hanging on by a thread as it is. I know businesses that are shut down. I know so many people that are just struggling. Right now, I'm fucking struggling. Shit, I haven't worked in 6 weeks. And then before that, I worked like 3 weeks and I was off because fucking the riots in Chicago, all our load got fucking rioted. So, and that put me out of work. My boss wound up catching fucking COVID. That put me out of work. Just one thing after another. But yeah, these small businesses, man, if you want them to succeed and you want work here and because what was it? Before the pandemic, our country was making more money than it had made since like the 1950s. We had the lowest unemployment ever in history, ever since we've been documenting in America. Since we've had documents, we were doing the best. I think it was 10% or something like that. I forget exactly the number, so don't quote me, but I know it was the absolute lowest ever in history for America, unemployment. And yeah, I'm a college kid who lost my job because of COVID, and I'm still struggling with getting a job. Forget the minimum wage, get jobs. Absolutely, Gideon. Absolutely. That's what it's about right now, man. Get people back to work. Fuck. I mean, man, I've used to shovel shit for dollars an hour. And I know like prices go up and like cost of living, right? Cost of living, like I think for like a regular tax paying job, it's it's supposed to go up twice a year or something like that. That's where that comes from. I mean, the cost of living That's what raises it up. Not just saying, well, I think these people should make this much. Well, does that business even make that much? Like, you got to look at the overhead and the prices of stuff, and all it does is just inflate everything. I feel like everybody knows this. That's why I feel like it's so stupid. Like, what are we talking about right now? Luckily, I'm an essential worker. Didn't have to worry about being out of work. I wasn't essential, but what fucked us up was the riots and COVID, and we didn't have a problem with like them saying we weren't essential, because I don't think they weren't able to really mess with us. But it's, it's everything. There's lots of ways to hurt businesses, not just saying they're essential or not. If all your stuff gets rioted and smashed and broken, you're out of work. You forget they hung witches. Logic not needed. Absolutely, Bob. Absolutely. How many people are in here? What is this? Private channel. What is that? Oh, okay. So how do I go back now? There we go. I am needed nowadays. Illegals are getting COVID shots for Americans. Hell, they're going to get guns too. I'm here. But yeah, it's getting pretty crazy, man. Or it's been crazy. People are waking up, though. I think we are. We're paying attention too much to a media that's trying so hard to hang on desperately, and I don't even want to put it on a whole side, because I think all sides are doing a shit job, and I think the people are waking up to it. I think a lot of people are, and I think that's also some of the problem, because when people start waking up to shit, they got to start putting more regulations, putting more of this, putting more of that, because they got to get them back in control. We must endure till the end. I'm lucky, retired. My social security check keeps coming. COVID, awesome, Timbo. Good for you. Hey, thank you, Marvin. Appreciate that, bud. Thank you. Appreciate that. Both political parties suck. Absolutely. That's why I don't claim one or the other, but I damn sure I'm not a liberal. I'll say that for damn sure. But I don't like either party. I think both parties are politicians. They lie. They're scheming assholes, and the one's not doing enough, and the other one's doing too much. What are you gonna do, though, man? I don't like. I pay attention so much, but at a point you realize there's nothing you can do, man. It just gets you so sick to your stomach. It's like, fucking man, I got too much shit going on to be depressed. You know what I mean? Because it's depressing, man. When I see what the things they're worried about versus the things they're not doing versus the money they're sending over here versus the businesses that are going out of business here, I'm like, oh my God, I just want to throw up. So it's like, I just can't handle it, man. I'll stop watching. I'll see the shit on my phone or whatever, and I scroll right past. Fucking don't even faze me right now. I can't handle you right now, because I'll get mad. I start wanting to fucking go out and join a damn group or something. Oh, it does. It makes it very hard. But at some point, I think we need to fight for our constitutional rights. That's the most important thing we need to do. If you can vote for anything that keeps our constitutional rights, it's the one thing that saves us from all. Yeah, fucks, man. CNN to me is a comedy show. It's not something you watch. It's something you debunk. Because it's just all lies. There's, at this point, if you believe anything coming out of CNN, you're the conspiracy theorist. Because it's been proven over and over and over and over. There's even channels that have an entire channel built around showing you how much they lie. Like literally, they'd be like top 10 lies they told this week, and they'll show you the truth versus what they manipulated. And you got it's sickening. It's sickening that we allow that, right? I know we're supposed to have freedom of press, but it's not press. That's like saying Saturday Night Live is the news. That's basically what that's like. Saturday Night Live is the news. That's basically exactly what it is. And it's not news. It is a show. And people need to wake up to that, man. I like that their ratings are way down though. That cracks me up every time. And they're actually for sale. Did you know that? CNN's for sale. I guess who is it that owns them? I forget. Hey, thanks, Ricardo. Buy me a beer, Neves. Thank you, Ricardo. Thank you. Who is it that owns them? I can't think of it. Anyways, but they're for sale. Because there's ratings are going way down after who's out of office. You have no idea how much I agree with you, Jesse. No, it's a company. And another motherfucker I can't wait to watch get locked up, or I hope. I probably won't happen because it's all so much bullshit, but I'd love to see Chris Cuomo get locked up. Same thing with Gavin Newsom or whatever, the guy in California. I'd love to see his ass get locked up too. It's funny, man, how you want all the business to stay shut down until, and this is another thing. This is so funny, and I hate to sit here and rant because I know a lot of people hate this shit. That's why I'm thinking about doing some of these like on my Patreon, because I think like it's more accepted. A lot of these, a lot of nice people hate when I talk politics, but it's funny that with the governor of New York, or governor, sorry, of California, they said that if they got 1.5 million signatures, that they would be able to get him removed, right? So they got 1.5 million signatures, and then guess what? After they got it, then they said, well, we have to verify all these signatures. Oh, so you don't have to verify signatures to get a fucking Democrat into office, but you got to fucking verify the signatures to get them out of office? Are you fucking kidding me? It's a fucking comedy show. What are we talking about? It's hilarious. Ironically, the number went up. I don't even know what it's at. I can't see it. I don't know why I can't see it. Normally I can. It's weird. I don't know. Normally I can see. I cannot see how many people are in here. All crooked. Cuomo and Cruz both suck as politicians. Yeah, absolutely. I think they do anything to be powerful. And lots of people, like, one thing you want to really listen to and take into consideration is some of the politicians that aren't politicians anymore when they talk about it, when they go on podcasts and stuff and they actually talk about what it was like and what it's really like and what they really do versus what they don't do, and their schemes and their scams and their this and that. Listen to that shit, because they tell you the game. They tell you what they do. They tell you how they lie and when they lie, and and it's all a power. Just like Cuomo, he had a bunch of people coming out saying how how much of how he bullies people. And like the one guy said he called him up and was threatening him if he exposed the nursing home thing. He was threatening him, basically saying he was going to end him if he exposed him and shit. Jay Simpson 2024. Adam Calhoun 2024. That's who I'm voting for. He said he's going to run for prez. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He's a singer. But I would totally vote for him. And he knows nothing about politics, but I guarantee he could do a better job, because at this point, it's like politicians went to school to become a politician, meaning like they went to school to to lie to you. You don't want to vote the one in that's telling you what you want to hear. Like the one that's buttering you up and sounds really good. You want the one that's honest that tells you the fucking truth, no matter how gruesome it is. Shit, how many have they stuck in just today? Probably. It baffles me. It's crazy. Like when I read some of the things that they are like putting into action, like all the bills, and like why can't bills just be like one thing? Why is it always like they'll want this thing done, right? So they'll stack on 1,000 other things on there, right? Like, and a lot of times it's like the things that you might say, I want this thing done, right? But it's in the stack of shit. So in order for me to get this thing done, I got to approve this stack of shit. And it doesn't make sense. It's kind of like how they were trying to put all that money in to go overseas just to get a stimulus check. And that's why I love that Trump was saying, bring me one paper, bring me just the stimulus. That's all I want. Just one fucking thing. And no, 5,000 pages. 5,000 pages. It's disgusting. Might not have been planned, but they are sure going to. Yes. You know how it goes, man. You know how it goes. Don't. How does that saying go? Don't miss an opportunity to take advantage of a good pandemic or whatever it's called. You guys know what I'm talking about, and it's so true. It's so true. It's kind of like right now. Look at the businesses that are getting rich right now, and not just a little rich, fucking rich, billions of dollars, like Amazon and Target and shit like that. All these little businesses are just fucking going away, and then you got these other ones just building an empire. Permanent fencing the troops around with because they are going to take your 401k next. It's sad, man. Yes, Timbo. Thank you, Timbo. Never let a perfectly good disaster go to waste. Oh, they pull this shit every decade, take away more and more. Slowly, we don't uprise. Yes, oh, that's what they're afraid of, man. They and now with the way we have information, it's kind of crazy because you're either somebody said it really good. I think it was Denzel Washington, like basically saying like you're either misinformed or you're underinformed, like one of the two. So, and it's like with all the information going out around right now, people are either so misinformed that they don't have a clue, or there's people that are overly informed and understand but can't do anything about it. And that's what's going to hurt them, though, is us being informed and us getting together and us stopping letting them create these. If you believe fucking anything that separates us, whether it's color, religion, political views, or anything like that comes from the news, you're a sheep, because they're using that to keep us fighting. Because as long as we're fighting and we don't unite, they have power. They need us to fight because it stops them from fighting us. I don't care if you get vaccinated. I won't. I don't have no problem with anybody getting vaccinated. I think some people probably do need it. I personally don't. I'm healthy. I have more of a chance of being just fine than I do having the fucking vaccination. So, and they haven't even said whether or not it really works, to be honest. And like, what do you have to take one every year now? I don't even know how it works. I've seen a lot of shit on it, and I've heard lots of doctors talk really bad about it, and I've heard lots of paid doctors talk really good about it. But I have yet to hear an unpaid doctor talk good about it. So, me personally. Jared, the quote is, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. If you do watch the news, you're misinformed. Bang. Thank you, bud. I appreciate that. I'm glad you knew what I was saying. I want to see what that was. I swear to God, I need to raid my local store unmasked with a hinder like-minded men and women. I'm ready. I'm more than ready. I don't wear a mask. I'll be honest right now. I don't wear a fucking mask. I wear a mask in my Ubers. That's it because it's their car. I respect anybody. If it's your stuff, your thing, I'm getting the ride. I understand, you know. And a lot of times I don't know their position, right? They could, if they get it, they could die. You know, I'm not gonna, even though I think a lot of it is faked. So let's just be clear about that. I don't think the virus is fake. I think the testing is, and I think that's been proven at this point. And if you don't know that, you need to do your research because it has been proven over and over that these tests are not the tests that were supposed to be done for a virus like this. And it has way too many false positives. I think it's like a 60% failure rate or something on false positives. So anyways, my point is that, you know, I'll wear them then, but gas stations, no. If you want me, I'll fight with you. Fucking, I won't wear it. Don't get next to me. It's real simple. To me, it's like if you want to spread the virus, make people wear a mask because 0.3 micron is what the virus is at. The masks only stop down to 1 micron, and that's the best kind. The Chinese ones, I think it's 6 micron. So it's literally like trying to catch water with a filter. Does the filter get wet? Yeah, it gets wet. But is the fucking water still flowing through it? Absolutely. So, and there's even, I can even show you right now, fucking even Fauci saying that the masks do not work. Do not wear them. So, but now he's saying wear them, wear them. What changed? Science didn't change. The size of a virus did not change all of a sudden. So he's full of shit. He's lying and he's doing it because he has to, because he's probably, you know, it's all, you know, you guys know, it's all politics bullshit. But anyways, it doesn't stop it. So why wear it? Now you're wearing it and you're touching your face and everything else around you. If you want to spread a virus, that's how you do it. Tell people to cover their face and touch their face constantly. When I walk into a store at the gas station, I'll watch the guys pull their mask up and down 3 times before I fucking walk up to them. And then they touch my shit, touch everything else, and they hand me back my shit after they just touch their face. One person walked up to me with a mask. I watched them pull their mask up, pull off some mask, and walk up to me with one. I said, go fuck yourself. You just rubbed your face and now you're trying to hand me a mask? Like, what? The logic is baffling to me. It's baffling. I don't understand it. And it's like I put on a mask, right? So now it's on my hand, and now what? I walk up to the door, open the door. So now everybody else coming in the door is gonna touch my face, go through the store. Let's touch everything. It doesn't make no sense. And it's known. You can look up the size of the virus. It's 0.3 micron up to 15 micron. That's the size of it. That's why the mask doesn't work. It flows right through it like water through a filter. I mean, if you understand size and microns, then you understand how it can't catch it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm ranting like a motherfucker, but it's just a fact. I mean, I think anybody, like, at one point I didn't, you know, mind about the masks. Like, if it's going to open up businesses, whatever. But at a certain point, they're turning people into sheep and seeing who's listening and who's not. Because, I mean, there's more. There's what this one doctor I listened to, 35 years in testing masks. 35 years he tested masks. They're not asking him whether or not it's a good idea or not. And he's the guy who fucking ran the operation for testing masks. Like, that's what he did. And he said that it doesn't work. He's absolutely against it. He said through their testing, 35 years of testing, that they found that wearing masks for these type of things, it actually causes more harm. And he explained about the touching the face and touching things versus the air oxygen versus the what it does to your lungs. It actually hurts your lungs more from the moisture. And then mold spores grow on the mat. Like, there's so many things. Like, even if you constantly change it, like he explained, like what winds up happening to your health. Kara's had 2 eye infections from wearing it. 2 fucking eye infections. She's gotten facial infections from it. It's, what do we like? It's like we're trying to make insecure little babies out of it, you know, like seeing who's sheep, who's listening, you know, and fucking destroy their face, make them blind from eye infections. And yeah, I don't trust it. And I don't wear them. I don't give a fuck. If I have to go into a store for like a second, maybe, if I don't want to listen to the harassment, but usually I'll fucking just argue with them. I don't give a shit. I'll leave, whatever, go somewhere else. I'll find some place that'll let me in. There's a lot of places, like if I go to the hood, nobody wears fucking masks. Like they don't care. The only places they say cares is the really nice areas. Even what the mask is made out of and how it's made. Yeah, that was another thing, was how it was made. The fibers actually go into your lungs and actually cause an issue. The plastics, that's what it is. You know how like they talk about drinking out of water bottles, how you drink plastic from it? Well, the same thing happens from wearing the mask. Actually, plastics get in your lungs, and then the stuff they spray it with, or that it's cleaned with, before it leaves the factory, the chemical is actually hazardous to your health, and the list is crazy of the things it does to you, but all the way down to making you fertile. And it's a fact. You can look it up yourself, the chemical that they clean them with, that before they leave the factory. Every time he says fuck, I shed a tear. I'm sorry. You should listen to the guy that created the PCR test. That's what I was actually talking about earlier, was that PCR test. And I have. He's dead now, but oh shit. My thing just went crazy. Oh, they're contaminating my system. No, I have. I know what you're talking about. And it's not for that. It's you can pass, or you can be positive, test positive for anything. Why do you guys heard about Africa, right? Where they sent the test to Africa and they tested fruits and a goat and they all came back positive. Why? Because anything will come up positive with that test. And then 1,500 tests. There was a facility in California that did the test. They took 1,500 positive tests, then had them retested under a crazy microscope fucking thing, something that can actually test it. All of them were negative. All 1,500, not one of them. Then they sent it to another lab that confirmed what they said. All of them were negative. So, and that comes from a very, very like reputable source. So it's not like I'm just making it up from a fucking TikTok video. I don't mind like taking actual tests. Like it's not that I won't get vaccinated, but I don't mind taking actual tests. Kara's been tested a couple times because she had to go back to work, but that's not the part I'm worried about. Even though I have no reason to go and get tested, but that's not the part I'm worried. I worry like I won't get the vaccine, but the test I won't trust it. Like it could come back and say I'm positive, and unless if I have symptoms. Like if I have symptoms, then you know what though? The 1,500, I left this part out. The 1,500 tests actually came back as influenza A and influenza B, or a large majority of them or something, which is not COVID. You made $375 on Bitcoin. Good for you, Pluto. What is a solid Bitcoin knife buy? Ooh, I don't know. Let the chat help you out. What's a good 375 knife? Ooh, that's the thing, is when you start stepping foot in the $300 range, there's a large option. There's a lot of options. I always recommend the Tuya Envy 2 Dave Warren design, who's in the chat. Awesome dude. That is a great knife. If you're wanting specifically something USA made, I mean, that's why I always ask a question like, what size of knife you want? What kind of blade shape? Because there's so many at that price range. At that price range, like the list is endless. You could tell me Wharncliffe's and I'll probably tell you 50 knives. You tell me a drop point and I can tell you 50 knives. Like that's the way it goes. A radicalistic politician once said, never let a good crisis go to waste. Yep, absolutely. Have any of you, one person said that they did in here, I won't. You will, I'll die. I will not get that test. A doctor will deem me, first of all, supposedly if you're allergic to any medications, you don't have to, like if they did force it, which I don't think they can. I think right now 100,000 people die a year from vaccines. That's not with this vaccine. That's before this vaccine. So look at all the issues that they had already. So I don't know how they could mandate it, but let's say they did. Certain people will fall under the guidelines if you have a doctor that says that you can't take it. And I promise you, I will be one of those people. Most likely, Talico. But yeah, man, I'm sorry that it sucks, man. I would quit, to be honest. A fucking job mandates me. I promise you, there ain't no way you're sticking me. I mean, unless if you can come up with a reason why you don't have to, because if everybody else is vaccinated, why do you have to get vaccinated, right? If you have a doctor's excuse, say if you're allergic to a medication, right, and that says that you can't take it because you're allergic to medication, what do you lose your job now because you can't take it? Because that's what they said. You can't get it if you're allergic to medications. I, for one, am allergic to medications, so I can't get it anyways. I'll never get tested, wear a mask, or get vaccinated. I am, however, willing to die in a gunfight. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you. And I agree with you. Tax me. I don't make nothing. Fucking what do you tax? I mean, at some point, like, I don't think it's gonna be. I don't know. Fuck, man. 10 years ago, I would have said half the shit they're doing now is impossible. But so I don't want to say it's impossible for some of the things that they're capable of getting into action. But I don't think it's going to work. I honestly think that the people will fight back, and they will have hell to fight trying to mandate or trying to do a lot of things. They want people, nah, I'm not gonna get into that one. Anyways, right now my family is most important, so I can't afford to lose my job. And like I said, Mark, I understand certain people probably should get it, right? There's a certain health level of which that it's bad for you and it is dangerous for you. And there are a certain level of lots of different things, right? There's lots of different factors, but not everybody falls under those those factors. So everybody to get it, it doesn't make sense for a 99.7% rate. Like you have a 99.7% chance of being just fine. Why the fuck do we have a vaccine? And there's so many medicines that work, right? Like I know a doctor that hasn't had one person die and has had over 50,000 patients use the same medicine. Everybody's been fine. Like there's a few different medicines they have right now. One guy, I even heard in court, this one doctor saying he's got a medicine that prevents it. And he was screaming, saying, why aren't you guys getting this information out to the public? He's like 1,500 nurses, I think he said. Don't quote me. I'm not 100% sure on the nurse, but I think he said he had so many nurses, however many. And he said they all work with patients. They usually don't even wear a mask. They all work with patients. None of them have caught COVID, because they all take this. I know one of them did. One of them caught COVID, but most likely she wasn't taking the medication. Money. Yep, that's what it's about. Money. That's what it's always about. Follow the money, you'll find your answer. That's usually the way it goes. Just like these pipelines. All right, guys, I know I've been going conspiracy on you guys, so we might as well end it here. I love all you guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me and ranting. I definitely got my ranting out for the week. So I'm not going to have to express it on Wednesday's episode. But I am going to start, I am doing every week now, I'm going to post a video on Patreon. So if you are a patron member, I'm going to start posting videos there. Doing like behind the scenes stuff and a little bit more personal stuff, and obviously knife stuff too, but like kind of behind the scenes knife stuff. And I think it'll be fun. I'm going to do that once a week. So if you're not a patron and you want to become a patron member, you're also involved in once a month giveaways. And yeah, so you really got, it's only 10 cents a day, as little as $3 a month. It's not too bad, but I do appreciate all the patrons. They definitely help, and I'm definitely trying to grow the patron bigger, because the channel's getting bigger and it's getting tougher and tougher to keep up with it without significant amount of patrons. Hey, Mark, thank you, brother. Thank you. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. That's awesome, man. Thank you. All is one through Christ. Amen. Amen. I love you guys. Peace.